Da, 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 da. Hello, hello, we're live. Complete with jazz hands. Get some jazz hands on the go, Craig. Closer, closer, closer. Jazz. Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to another Come Craft with me, Lesley Oman, from Hungry Heffy Crafts. I hope you have had a fantastic day. I've had an amazing day, and I'm going to tell you all about it. But I thought I'd put my face up here for a change. Isn't that exciting? Craig, could you please put the comments here? And this, the other thing there, and then that means I'm actually looking at the camera when I'm reading the comments. Clever! She's so clever! I am going to be doing some crafting. I've got Lesley cam up in the corner. I can't tell which way it is for you guys. And then I've got my normal face down camera going on so I can get crafty tonight. Just the usual warnings or public service announcements that if you were here expecting an edited video, I am afraid that is not what you will receive today on this video. This is a live stream, so it will be in real time when you watch it on the playback, and I'm sure there will be incessant rambling and mistakes and interaction with everybody who's watching this and all that other good fun stuff. Yay! Is the audio a-okay? That's what we want to know. Well, that's what he wants to know. So I can go for a nap. So that he can go for a nap. We've had a long day. It's been good though. Have you had fun? Mm-hmm. What was the best bit? The zip line? That was pretty good.
I'll try that hair on your mic.
So Suze. Oh, hold on, this is a problem. All right, sorry, we just had to move my microphone around because it was rubbing here a little bit. We don't want that to, audio good, audio bad. Okay, so let's give us another update there so that you can let us know whether it's okay again now, please. That would be good. Good, okay, great. Sue says, I like the box to see you in addition to the hands and crafts, so that's awesome. And what?
Lovely nails.
Such lovely nails, exactly. You guys have got a treat with my nails tonight. All right, guys. So I also wanted to give you guys a warning, or to let you know at the very least, that I'm probably not going to make it till midnight tonight. Normally it's a 3-hour affair here at Come Craft with me. But we've had a long day, and I don't think I'm going to make it till midnight. I think my bones will be calling out for bed before then. Hey Ruth! Okay, so guys, if you have been living under a rock, you might not know that Heffy Doodle has had their new release. It was open for pre-orders on Monday when everything was revealed, and then it goes live, as it were, and is release day on Monday coming, which is the 15th. So what that means is that over on the Heffy Doodle store, you can pre-order it. Some of our retail partners as well. They don't have the stock yet, but they will have it by Monday normally, and then you can place a pre-order, you pay in advance, it's a bit like reserving it, and then it'll get shipped to you once I have it. Now, I wanted to just mention that all of our pre-orders from our international Heffy Doodlers have been shipped, because I know that takes a little bit longer to reach you guys, so I wanted to get that in the post promptly. And everybody in the UK will get theirs normally next day delivery, and they'll get that sent on Monday. So all exciting. Here we have a few cards made using the new response. I'm reading a thing. How was the response to the new release sales-wise, says Maria. It's been brilliant. Yes, fantastic. Thank you everyone for your pre-orders. That's it's been really amazing. You've been keeping me busy. That's why I've got like baggy eyes happening over here. Packing orders all day and night. I want to know what you guys like best. KH says, love the mammoth best. Yeah, I love him too. I think he's fun. Here he is here on my little card. I've used the slants versus rhombies stencil in the background, and then the mammoth from the prehistoric pals stamp set. He's been popular. The veggie patch has actually, I think, been the most popular so far. People are really loving that. And our candy stripe stencil is the most popular stencil as well, and I think it is so it's so versatile that you'll be using it all year round. Just a shout out to Maria to say thank you for my mug. Hopefully you can read it and it's not back to front. We are not long back, so I just had to get some tea before we get cracking. Guys, if there's anything from the release that you want to see, give me a shout out and I will see if I can make it or play with it tonight, show you it, talk to you about it. Anything that you want, just let me know. I have one requirement that I have to do tonight. Is Piper has got a birthday party to go to tomorrow, and it's one of our neighbors across the street, and she's a little girl, and I think she's going to be 5, and her name is Isabel. So I am hoping to make a card for Isabel because we've got a present, we haven't got a card yet, so that needs to happen. Sue says, love the new release, especially the owls. I think the owls are going to make an appearance tonight. And Maria says, I had to limit myself. Oh, bless you. And Gabby says, nice seeing you. Always see your hands. Well, we were out today. I had the makeup on, had my face slap on. So why not? You'd probably see more of me if it wasn't for the fact I do my streams on a Friday night. And I'm absolutely shattered. And yeah, this doesn't come naturally. All right, guys. So I'm going to get cracking, I think, and I'm going to tell you about my day. So we had an amazing day. Piper's school had an inset day today. In fact, when I was talking to her at the start of the week, I was like, what's happening? What's happening this week, Piper? And what's happening on Friday? And she said, I know what it is. It's insect day. And then I was too busy laughing at her, bless her, just a little soul, that she was like, do we like dress up as wasps or something? Oh, bless her. So her school is called Wayford, and the Wayford Association of Staff and Parents, which is the PTA, is called the Wasps. So that's where she got the wasps from. So that's what she thought. I'm like, no, it's not an insect day, child. It's an insect day. I don't even know where that name comes from. Do you know? I do not know where my stamp chamois is. A wipe you'll have to do. Maria says, I want to see the new sentiment duos in action. Okay, cool. Maybe we can make something. Probably not a birthday card because the new sentiment duos are holiday sentiment duos. And I don't think Isabel would really want a holiday sentiment on her birthday card. Okay, I love this guy who's flying. So he is a happening for sure. And then I think I want this little guy here. Because he looks like he's about to give a hug. And I actually don't really know what this card is going to turn out like at the moment. Haven't figured it all out yet. Looks like it has a little bit of stamp residue on it. But as normal, I'll make it up as I go along. I call this one the baby owl. So I'm not sure if you guys have figured out anything about these owls, but if you take a look at the star images, some of these stars have the dashed lines after them. And for the dashed lines, this one has 5 dashes, this one has 4, we've got 3 and a 2, and then we have some single ones as well. And the idea with that, let me grab the card that I made using them. The idea is that you can actually create your own constellations by just using the different lengths of star images and rotating them to create your own constellation. So I created a starry night here on this card, and I think that it looks really cool in the background. And I used some yellow embossing powder for that. Yay! All right, so KH says, I'm new here. What kind of paper are you using? To be perfectly honest, this was lying on my desk and I'm not sure what it is. I think it is the DCP paper, and that is from Clairefontaine. I'm just looking over here. It feels like that one. So the Clairefontaine DCP paper is really good for alcohol markers, which is what I'm going to be using tonight for these little guys. And we do have some of that in our shop at Heffy Doodle, if you are interested in trying that out. You can grab some from us. All right, let's, so the other thing I was thinking is she's a very young girl, and I reckon that we need pinks and purples. I think so. You could build names and letters with the constellation to customize your card. That's an amazing idea. I wonder if we could make that work. We may need to make it quite tall, especially for like Isabel. That S might be harder. Might need it to be quite big. But that's definitely something I'm going to try out. That's a brilliant idea, Maria. So I think we need pinks and purples, and I'm thinking we will do a stargazer backdrop, and I might actually layer up the starfall stencil on top of the stargazer, just to give some more like stars to our background. I think that would be really cute. And then just add some of our little owlies on the top. So I actually think I'm going to go ahead and do my background. I'm going to do some ink blending in the background. I also was thinking, maybe I have too many thoughts. I was thinking of actually putting Isabel here in, cutting it out with dies. Now, let me see what dies I have. I'm pretty sure the only alphabet dies I have are the what are you called? These ones here. They don't even have names on them. So I'm wondering if Isabel is going to be a bit long. Let's see. So we have also introduced this release some stitched rectangle dies, and we've got stitched squares as well. And I am one of those weirdos that, even though I live in the UK, I create American card sizes. I like it better. Isabel. I could shorten it to Belle, because they call her Belle, but I don't know whether it's Belle as in like B-E-L, or if it's B-E-L-L-E. Oh my gosh, Isabel, or is it L-L-E? Something tells me it's L-L-E. I'm gonna need Craig to go and check the party invite before I start cutting a name out, aren't I? I really think it's L-L-E, Isabel. All right, let's set that to the side for now and colour in our little birdies. So yes, we had an inset day today, and we went to this place called Hobble Down. And Hobble Down is I guess it's like a children's adventure place. And there's farm animals, kind of. So there's a farm bit, and there's loads of stuff. So there were guinea pigs and rabbits, and you could see them. And then there were meerkats and otters, and we were there for the otter feeding time, which was amazing. And I took some photos and sent it to Francie, who's on our design team, because her favorite animal is otters. She keeps asking me to create otters. Hi, Eden. And yeah, so there was otters, there was the meerkats, and what else? There were llamas and sheep and goats, and they had this big zip line, and oh, they had this section. So the fun thing is, it's really like fantasy-esque. So the people who are working there have their little costumes on. It's kind of like Lord of the Ringsy, I guess. And it's just really fun, and everything has fun names, and there's like a sand pit play area. Yeah, otters and llamas, and the sand area bit. There was this sign that said, "Help the hobbles mine for crystallite," and then there was a little perspex box with these green. They're green, like see-through stones or opalescent stones. And it said, this is what crystallite looks like. Help them mine for crystallite. Find 1 ounce or whatever it was, which is approximately 20 stones, and bring it to the shop, and you will get a lollipop, like a sucker. So we noticed there was like a couple on the sand. And oh my gosh, like 5 minutes later, we're like digging through all the sand. I found one, yay! And yeah, so it took us a while, but we got there, and we got all 20 of them. And I have never seen kids be like so amused by anything, and all they're doing is digging around in the sand for stones. But even Craig and Matt, we met up with one of the school mums, Charlotte, and her husband Matt, and yeah, even like the boys were getting well stuck in. It It was really good fun. And then the other thing was that they had these wooden structures, and the wooden structures had these like tunnels that connected them, but instead of being solid tunnels, it was like, it looked like chicken wire, but it was strong, so you could crawl through these tunnels. You can see all the way down. It was, it took a minute for Piper especially to be brave enough to go on. We were like crawling all the way through it. It was awesome. So we had a fantastic day. And the other thing that they had was the biggest soft play I have ever seen. And I went in it, of course. Of course. And I couldn't even find the kids most of the time because it was such a big soft play area. I didn't care. It was really fun. I actually have another soft play date coming up next month, because some of the old school friends are coming to visit, and we are going to be going to the soft play, because even though the last time we were all truly together probably was when we were like 17, we still all, when we're together, we all act about 12. But that's part of the reason why it's so fun hanging out with them. All right, so we've got a lighter colored owl here, and then one that's a bit darker, little baby. Maria says, going to call it a night as my early shift tuckers me out. Bless you. Yes, I know. I actually might be doing some more lives over the weekend. You shouldn't make promises, but there is a possibility because I've had people comment or message me and say that whenever I go live in America, it's very often in the middle of their day and they're still at work. So I was thinking if I get up in the morning and do it, then I might catch the MacLeods before they go to bed. That might happen. Who knows? This little guy is so cute. Yes, llamas. So fun. And there was pigs, but I didn't see the pigs. I don't know where they were hiding. I want to come craft with Piper again, says Maria. So that is actually part of the challenge of crafting at the weekend, is that she always wants to craft as well. She wants to be part of the live stream. But yes, I think we're a bit overdue for a Piper craft session. Now that she's in junior school though, she gets a bit tuckered out as well, so the weekends she needs a little bit of downtime. I think I need a darker one. That's E11. 33. This American is catching you live today. Yay, KH. That's good. I guess it just depends what coast you're on. Is that the right way to say it? Depends which part of the world. Okay, so the other thing I like to do with my critters is give them some speckles. because animal fur is a bit like our hair. It's not all one color. It's like a party going on there. All these colors. There we go. Roberta's artistic adventure says shared. Oh, thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. I need to remind myself. There we go. A little R00. For some rosy cheeks. In fact, I might just darken it up a little bit with R93. So I used to always use R20 for the rosy cheeks, but now then I bought T Rose, which is E93, and I really like that too. Tally says, "Oh, we have a face cam." We do. All right, let's see where we're at. Let's get some owls on the go. So for those of you that may not be familiar, this is the Heffy Doodle Hootiful stamp set. Oh, I forgot my tea again. And it is new. It is part of the new Heffy Doodle release that is has just been revealed and available for pre-orders now, and the actual things are all being shipped on Monday for review, or for release day technically. Here we go, there's number one. And where's the other one? These ones have not yet been snipped apart. Suze has been, oh hold on, I'm missing things. Cards and Crafts says, "Hi Lesley and everyone, haven't been on for a while. I have had a bad fall, but very slowly starting to improve." Oh no, I hope that you get better really soon. I've been there. I had a bad fall, broke both my arms. Wasn't a pretty sight. Poor Craig had to look after me. Had to pretty much do everything for about 6 weeks, including washing my hair, brushing my hair, taking me to the toilet. That's love for you. I'm a very lucky Heffy. All right, let's cut this little guy out. And I'm using some Heffy memo tape here to hold this in place before running it through the desktop die cutting machine. There we go. Awesome. Really nice. We're coming into summer here and it's a lovely day. Congratulations on your recent new release, Lesley. I saw them on the pooter. Thank you. I've been so exhausted there is, this is actually the time where I can start to breathe again. There is a lot that goes into a release that is kind of unseen, if that makes sense, that that you just wouldn't even know about, I guess. There's a lot that goes into it. But hopefully the craziness, the crazy time is over. Right, okay. So we've got 3 little cuties here. Come on. I wanted to say Isabel, but I want to check how to spell her name, because that helps if you spell the name correctly. Isabel. I think it's L-L-E. Is it Lil? I don't know. And I maybe do some clouds at the bottom. Maybe I could, depending on how long her name is, put these guys on top. So they're like perching on her name. Wouldn't that be fun? And then maybe this little guy flying up. All on a background that is distressing, I think. Both arms, how awful. Craig is a keeper. Don't I know it? Don't I know it? All right, let's get some card stock out of here. For this, I'm actually going to use some watercolor paper. Well, it says paper, it's really card. Watercolor card smooth. This is from a shop called Cass Art. It says London, bought it in Glasgow, so not true. And it's 300 GSM, so it is a nice thickness. And I'm going to chop this down using my trimmer. So I know I move in and out of the camera up here, but it's just standard life, I'm afraid. So this one needs to be at least 4 1/4, so I'm actually going to cut it at 4 1/2. So I've got a little bit of room to maneuver. And then this one needs to be at least 5 1/2. Ta-da! I'm loving my new trimmer, by the way. Yay. My husband has been looking after me very well, helping me dress, get my socks on, etc. Yes. Very good. All right, so let's cut this out. Actually, before I cut it out, I think I'm going to ink it up. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have the Isabel panel cut it out of this or do the cloudies like I thought. So I'm just going to wing it. Let's get some blending tools on the go. I'll grab some wilted violet, some spun sugar, and some picked raspberry. Here you are. And a couple of blending tools as well. How long does it usually take from concept to final delivery? Bye, Suze. So it takes a long time, probably longer than you might think, and it does vary a little. So for example, the Prehistoric Pals set, which is the like caveman inspired set, I doodled that in my sketchbook over a year ago. But at that point, it was set aside for a future release. and then actually, normally I will draw something. So I drew the little guy like this, and I was like, I want him to be in a stamp set. But then the challenge is you have to draw things that go with it. So it's not just enough to draw one cute thing. You have to then have like a theme. So that can take ages, because some days you're like, oh, I know. We'll do owls. Oh, I can do one like this, and I can do one like that, and I can do this. And it's a bit quicker. And then other times it takes much longer, because especially with concepts, is that very often I'll draw loads. I will draw loads, and then I have to narrow it down, and that's hard as well. And then whenever I decide what I want to do, and I draw it on the computer rather than on a sketchbook. That can take for like one set, it can maybe take a week or more, and then it goes to get edited. So what I mean by that is I run it by some of my what's the word? What is the word? Advisors, I guess, is that the word? I run it by them, and they get feedback, and then we have to change it. So change it based on the feedback. And then there's just so many other things. It has to go then to the stamp company, stamp manufacturers, because sometimes they'll go, there's too many here, you need to space them out. And then if I space them out, maybe then I have to reduce the size of things. Perhaps I need to remove some of the images, and that's always really hard. Or, as has been the case in the past, maybe someone will say, we don't use that word over here, or that doesn't make any sense, or that word means something else over here, and you have to try and figure that stuff out. And once we're happy with the placement, everything on the stamp, on the like acetate, and we have to get samples, and then the dies take like just as long, essentially. And oh, I've just managed to put a big stripe on that one. And then you think that's where it ends, and it is not. I have to get barcode numbers for everything. I have to create barcodes for everything. I have to create inserts for everything. I have to do 1,000,001 things. So this is one of the reasons why there is like such a hot debate over unbranded products, which I think pretty much everyone is becoming more and more educated on, and they're not unbranded, they're debranded, because like basically counterfeit products. And making a stamp set, as in the factory that makes my stamp set, they could make stamps in a day. If I give them the product, if I give them the picture, it goes through their factory and it could be done in a day. Designing it is the hard bit, and that's the bit that for those people that are counterfeiting them, making counterfeits, they don't have to worry about that, do they? Just take someone else's design. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I hate talking about it because it gets me really down, quite frankly. Here we go. Donna is saying, I saw Tim Holtz showing his final 12 oxide release today. Woo! I have heard people talking about them. I don't even know what colours are coming, but I do know I want them all. Surprise, surprise. All right, so we've got some worn lip, no, not worn lipstick at all. Sponge sugar at the top, some picked raspberry in the middle, and a little wilted violet at the bottom. I'm just going to blend out some of this pink right in this middle stripe here. Get more of a transition. I'd like to purchase all the supplies you're using, so I'll have to find your website. Oh, bless you. It's heffydoodle.com. And just mention this. Sorry for shouting at you guys. Here at the microphone. At the moment we are in pre-orders, and if you place a pre-order, you will get a free stamp set. Where is he? A little Dinky Dino stamp set. So he's got Dinky Dinos here, and then one little egg as well. There you go, Dinky Dinos. You'll want these colours. He said himself he saved the best for last. Cheeky. Okay, so we've got some beautiful blending happening over here. I think that is definitely very 5-year-old girl kind of colours. And I think what I'll do is give it a spritz with this. So this is Perfect Pearls powder, pigment powder, mixed with some water. So it gives a nice sheen, nice mist, pearlescent sheen, should I say. I'm actually going to just cover the whole thing, and that's going to give me a real beautiful blend. Cards and Crafts says, love your new stencils. Oh, it's dye, isn't it? Yay. We have some fun stencils this time. Ooh, look, we've got like the impression of the paper towel. Where's the button? I kind of like it. It's not overly pearlescent though. Oh, it's because I've not used the pearlescent one. Told you I was tired. So this is watercolor cardstock, so it will take the paint, I mean the water, really well. Do get some slight bowing here, but that's fine. No problemo. I'll dry that off. All right, where is my mute sign? Because I'm going to give this a quick blast with my heat tool. All right, so because this was watercolor cardstock, it flattens really nicely as well because it's made to adapt well to water. And if I try to show you, You see that there's this shimmery, you can almost see where the spray came in, this shimmery shine on here, which is super pretty. I think that will look really nice, especially for a little girl's card. Now, I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is have this as my background, but I've got my Isabel down here. Craig is obviously not watching. He did say he was going to go in and just probably fall asleep because we've been running around all day. I'm going to very quickly run to the kitchen and grab the invite so that I know how to spell her name. I'll be right back. All right, I was right. Isabelle. Isabel. All right, let's... Actually, what I'm going to do, I think, is cut out... This is going to go down here, Isabel. E-E-L-L-E. So I actually want this to be on white card. So it also means that if I mess up, I have got a fallback plan. Let's grab this cardstock. So guys, what have you been up to today? Have you been working? Have you got any funny stories to share with me? I want to hear all the fun stuff that you guys have been doing. This week. Because I've been packing orders. I've been sending orders to retailers. And getting some things ready for magazines. Is a B. So in order to make sure that my dies are lined up straight, I've taken a piece of Heffy memo tape and using one of these is the Creative Corners from Misty. You can just use a ruler, of course, but this enables me to stick these down onto my Heffy memo tape like this, and then, oops, get back on there. What I might actually do is bring my paper over to my tape. Okay, it's too far over actually. Should have cut a longer piece of card. Need the Isabel to start closer to the edge because it is a long word. L-L-E. I'll get it eventually. I think there. All right, let's cut this out. Looking good so far. And what I can do is go back to my lineup tool, and I need another L. So if I actually remove this, you can kind of see, you maybe not be able to see online, but you can kind of see the outline of that L already. Put the L here, and then any. This is called Heffy memo tape. It is a low-tack tape that we have over at heffydoodle.com. And you can buy it with the dispenser, or you can buy the refill on its own. I recommend getting it with the dispenser because it's just so quick to tear it off with a little edge here. It's not worth, the difference in money is so not worth having to use scissors every time. So this is Heffy memo tape, and I use it for all sorts of things. For masking, I hold on my dies with it. I do it for things like this. I use it all the time, and I'm sure you guys watching my streams regularly will see that I've been using it a lot as well. The details are on the store. From memory, I think it's 5 centimeters and 8 meters long. That's what I think it is anyway. But like I said, the details are over on the Heffy Doodle store, so feel free to check that out. Okay, so we put the E here. And then I'm going to just use these as my guide again. Oops. Position this right over the top. And there, and then I'm just going to slip these ones out because I don't need them to cut again. So let's, did I cut these last 2 letters? Oh, of course I've got an E to go on the end. Oh no, I did the E, okay, fine. Oh, my E went wonky. You're a cheeky E. I think it must have slipped through my thing. It didn't even punch properly. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. No. I want to do it again. I thought I'd let you know that Countrywide Crafts in the UK now stocking the Chibitronic starter kit. Free shipping. Cool. We have the Chibitronics. We have the Chibitronics set of lights. I think it's the white one. But the reason that I've gone for the white one is because the starter kit has got, yes, the starter kit has got the tape and it's got lots of instructions and things in it. But once you get the hang of like the simple fact that negative end of your battery goes to the negative end of your light, your positive end of your battery goes to the positive end of your light, then you can make lots of cards already with that simple information. So if you want to have lots of education, then I think that that's definitely a really good choice to go for the starter kit, because you get a little booklet, tells you all about circuits, brings you back to your physics class with Ms. Adams or whomever teacher you had. And yeah, so it is really good if you want to have that education. but you're putting money into the education instead of putting the money into the fact that you want more lights. Do you know what I mean? Isabel. B-E. Country View Crafts was the place that I actually bought my first set of distress inks. And I'm wondering how many years ago that must have been. I think that's quite a few years ago now. Distress inks, not oxides, right? I'm going to do this in the middle this time because I can cut out a panel using my thing and centralize it a bit more. This gives me a bit more flexibility. You can mess it up. Don't forget to save the little bits that are in the inside of the A and the B, because we'll need to put them back into our letters and make them complete again. I didn't know you sold the lights. Well, check it out, says Donna. We don't hold very many in stock, but we do have some at the moment. And the copper tape as well. We don't stock batteries because you can get you can use batteries from the pound shop. I think that's pretty much where I get my batteries from. So we don't stock them. Plus, for some reason, Royal Mail can be so annoying about shipping things with batteries in them. I don't know why. Isabel, look at you all fancy with your face camera. Look at you with your fancy face, says Ian. I know. Who knew close-up cam could be close-up Lesley cam? Well, gotta give you the money shot every now and again. That's better, isn't it, Isabel? I hope I haven't spaced it out too much. I just saw the Heffy tape, paper for cards, stamps and dies, but not purpley die cutter machine. Oh, I don't, this is not something I sell, unfortunately. This was from Create and Craft. It's called the Baby Blue by Tattered Lace. And there is a very similar one by a company called Altenew, A-L-T space E space new, N-E-W. There's a very similar one by Altenew, and it's like a similar tabletop die cutting machine. This one was given to me by Create and Craft because I was doing one of their shows. Love this little thing, but I'm not certain that they still make it. I have been looking for replacement cutting plates because they're pretty gnarly looking, and I haven't yet been successful in finding a place to buy them. So I have cut out my Isabel cardstock using some new Heffy Doodle stitched rectangle dies. Now we have two types of dies in the store. We have this one which cuts the American size, and that is called imperial stitch rectangle dies, and then we have the one which cuts according to the UK sizes. So if you have an A4 piece of paper and you cut it in half, and then you take that A5 piece of paper and fold it into an A6 card, it's a different like aspect ratio, I guess, different proportions. And we have those dies as well. So if you're looking at them, make sure you get the right one. Where shall I put this? We don't want you spending your money on something that you didn't mean to get. Okay, so we've got Isabel. Now, I want to do a cloudy top on this. I don't have any cloudy borders at the moment. So I do have one from Mama Elephant, and I have some from Lawn Fawn, so I'm just going to grab them just now. See which one I want to go for. Spellbinders do a mini tabletop one as well. Oh, cool. Here's Isabel. I kind of like the way these go boop, boop in between the L's. I like that a lot. Boopity boop boop. Let's have a look at the other ones. Have you tried eBay? Asked Mr. Bernie. I don't think I have actually. No, I don't like that one. What about you? I think this one is like higher up. Although I kind of like it. Also got a boop de boop over this end. So yeah, I'm going to go for this one. That's a Lawn Fawn one. I have never tried the Spellbinders tabletop one. I'll need to see if I can get my hands on it to give it a go. The Altenew one is super pretty. So from an aesthetic point of view, it's super, super pretty. I like it. It's white with like flowers on it. But it's a lower gear. And what I mean by that is when you're running this through, on this one, it's like crank, 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 and it's through. On the Altenew one, it's like crankety, 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 crank, 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 and then it comes out. It's really easy if you've got arthritis, etc. That's going to be perfect for you. But if you're impatient like me, I thought it was a bit slow. So I actually said to Nabil, the Altenew owner, I was like, Nabil, crank it up, man. I didn't say it like that. I was like, I've got some feedback for you. He's lovely. Oh, I put these away already. Silly sausage. So, Ian, are you technically at work and sneakily watching us? Tell us the truth now. Let's put these bits over here, put these away. I'm paranoid I'm going to lose one. We're good. Kim says, I have the Altenew one and love it for small dies. You're right though, do have to crank it several times to get through. And the thing is that is, it's one of those things that you probably don't realize until you have tried a couple, you know. So if Heffy Doodle ever makes one, I'll be sure to make sure that it is, oh, I haven't done my panel yet, that it is, it's faster. Well, it's kind of catch-22 because I don't want it to be sore for people to use or anything. Oy vey, what are you gonna do? Okay, so I don't want any of the stars. I don't want any of the stars behind the word Isabel. So I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to put this down here. Here. And this is the new Heffy Doodle Stargazer die, which is super simple to create beautiful backgrounds with it. And Isabel is going to go here. So I want to stop it like here. So let me put some memo tape there for now, just as a placeholder. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this through my die cutting machine, but I'm only going to put this top layer to here where I have my memo tape. In fact, I'm going to move it in a bit so that it's not overhanging the edge. So only to here. We'll see if that works. Ian says, sadly, I'm not at work. Had surgery today. No, I'm sorry. But you're the second person who said that they're pearly today. Diane is also pearly, recovering from a fall. You know that there's like this thing, this rule that if you are recovering, then you're allowed to spend craft pennies. That's a real thing that I've just made up. But it kind of should be a real thing. Okay. So I've used my die. They're there. They are there. And if I push them, they'll pop out for sure. But I'm going to trim this down first of all. Because this is a watercolor cardstock, it is a bit thicker, so that's why they're not just like jumping out there. Oops. And 4 1/4 this way. Ian says, you know us silly Americans can never follow the correct world size. That's okay, do your own thing. I like being one of the people that do their own thing. I actually have a thing up here. Where is it? Here. Can you read it? Be a Fruit Loop in a world full of Cheerios. I think that's a good mantra to have. Funny. All right. Oh, what's that? I love that rule. I like that rule very much. Sounds feasible. Oh, I see a fall coming in my future. Oh, jiggy. Here we go. The system works. And we're going to get our A knobbly bit in here like this. Oopsies. And we're going to get our B bits. Oh, I can only find one in the right color. In there, that's going to help for sure. Look, sneaky die that didn't make its way back into its home. Maybe that's the other B bit there. So when I'm making cards like this, I always get to this point and go, oh, I can make it into a shaker card. Couldn't I though? And shaker cards are really fun. They are very fun. Just a minor fun. It's so low that when you're pearly you can spend. Try Scrappy Cat's Crafts. I saw they make replacement cutting plates that may be worth taking a look. Scrappy Cat's Crafts. I shall, thank you. Okay, let's pop out these. Ooh, yeah. Don't throw them away because these are perfectly good shaky bits. Oh, now my cardstock is thicker, so it needs a little bit of encouragement. To pop out. There we go. Oh, this one's got some Heffy tape behind it, that's why it doesn't want to come out. Come on, come on. Kim says, absolutely, I'm a total Fruit Loop. Yay, you can stay. Put some chibi lights behind the white panel. Oh, that's a good idea, except I always think that if I'm going to put chibi lights behind them, I want like one light behind every star because I'm crazy like that. And that's a lot of chibi lights. So this one is only halfway cut out because that's where my cutting thing, where my plate thing ended. So I'll just trim away the bottom edge. So that it can pop out too. It's gotta go. Looking forward to seeing the final card tomorrow. Bye. Speak soon, Mrs. Bye. I think it's looking like I did all that work and then that one's not even seen. I think it's looking super pretty. I think that it's going to look gorgeous. Where did my other guy go? Maybe here. Maybe here. I might put him on a wobble. Little wobbly woo. I think that would be fun. But if I put him on a wobble, then I don't think we can make it a shaker. Do we though? Donna says, I'm going to the Crafting Life in Peterborough next week. I'll ask about replacement blades. Oh yes, amazing, that'd be great. So help me get the little bits in the right place. I'll use the letter A. Correct placement today is brought to you by the letter A. There we go. Perfection. Likewise, by the letter B. And a sticks to glue pen, which is my favorite. Oh, I think I put that on the wrong end. Oh, I should just use the right tool. There we go. Isabel. All that work for the star and you can't even see it. Seems like the life of a crafter. Yep. Could be worse though, in all honesty. Not really a hard life. So this is going to go here. We could, of course, put some shaky things behind the stars, but I'm wondering if I should go for so we could raise it. I want your opinion. What do you want to see? We could put some shaker elements behind the stars, or we put the stars onto like some glitter paper, maybe some silver glitter paper or something, and we have this guy on a wobble, wibbly wobbly, or we create a white frame to go around the outside. So if we create a white frame like this, so I have a white frame up, across and down, this on top, acetate behind the white frame, and the whole area of the sky plus the Isabel has got shaky bits in it. I need an amazing ornament stamp set to come out for this holiday season. Hint, hint. It's too late for creating holiday stamps now, I'm afraid. Need to hint in like April. Silver paper and wobble. Let me see if I've got any silver glitter paper. Pink, yellow, black, what are you, green, red, white, white, purple, pink, navy, black, mint, blue, lilac, white, baby blue, red, and black. Ah, gold. And no silver. I have a vague recollection that maybe Snow sent me some silver. It's never the color that you want. We could go for white, or we could go for the gold, I suppose. Gold might work. Let me take out the white as well. And I need to buy more silver glitter paper. Let's see what it looks like. It's more of an off-white, so it's not quite the right color to match the Isabel. So we could have gold. Or we have a white. I actually think the white is really pretty. Gives a lot of sparkle. Let's do that. Five and a half by 4 1/4. My request for next holiday season is holiday stamps that don't bash you over the head with Christmas. I have friends of all faith that celebrate all kinds of holiday. Yes, so I have happy holidays. Enjoy the magic this holiday season. We had to include a Merry Christmas because regardless, there's a lot of people that want the word Christmas out there. And Merry and Bright, sending joy and love to this. We do have Christmas there as well. We try to keep some to help Christmas and some to be holidays. So we've got seasons greetings, may your heart be filled with laughter and joy, and then Happy New Year and things like that. So I was actually quite conscious of that when I was creating this stamp set. I wanted the stamp set to cover some holidays that I don't have a lot of stamps with in our stash. I really wanted to have Thanksgiving on there. Kelly from the design team really wanted Happy Turkey Day. So we've got 2 Thanksgiving ones, and then a selection of others. So this is the Holiday Sentiment Duos that just is on pre-order at the moment, and that is actually really interesting to hear from you because, like I said, I kept that in mind when I was creating it. Yay! Are those new? Yes, Ain, we have got a new release, and it was all revealed in its entirety on Monday, and pre-orders are open. And these guys, this is Hootiful, these are from the new release. Pre-orders is open. Release is on Monday, so our shops will have it from Monday. Those that have placed an order. And so those are the Holiday Sentiment Duos. And I mentioned this earlier, but if you place a pre-order between now and Monday, you get a free Dinky Dinos stamp set with the cute little dinosaurs, which goes really well with one of the other, actually 2 of the other stamp sets. First of all, Dino Time, this one, and then Prehistoric Pals, which is hiding on me. Where are you? The Prehistoric Pals one. So it has a sweet little woolly mammoth and all sorts. Yay! Love the Turkey Day sentiment. Love these. Thank you for being inclusive. I want to be flexible. We want to be versatile. I like it when that happens. Okay, I need to do a little tidying up because my craft space is like encroaching closer and closer. Did everyone see my nice Heffy Doodle apron? Isn't it awesome? As I rub my microphone up and down it. So what else are you wanting for the next batch of stamps? I always love to hear. This is also new. This is the Stargazers. I was going to call it a stencil. It is not a stencil. It is a backdrop die. And we've got like 9 new stencils. So many pretty ones, including this one, the Starfall, which I was going to use and then never got around to doing it. So it has got a selection of stars, but it also has these little circles, so it makes it a bit different to a lot of the other ones on the market. It makes it really pretty. Gives a bit more interest, I reckon. Get out the big beast. And stick down my starry panel first of all. And I have a little overhang. I'm going to take care of that. That's what we always call Thanksgiving in my house, says Kim. Well, I think maybe that's why Kelly liked it as well, that they call it Turkey Day or something. Of course, over here, we don't have it. Although, I want it. Of course, I want an excuse to eat delicious food. Okay, I'm going to give this guy oodles of tape because this texture is pretty for sure, but it's not the best for sticking onto, because it sticks onto the glitter but doesn't actually grip the paper underneath. In the best way. So I'm actually going to use some of the red tape as well, which tends to work a bit better. Kim says, you are cordially invited to my house for Turkey Day. Yay! Everybody, I need to start a GoFundMe so that I can afford flights. Yay! When we lived in Guildford, one of my friends lived there, and they are American. She's from California, and he is from Arkansas, and they would have Thanksgiving. So we would go to theirs for Thanksgiving. So I have celebrated Thanksgiving before. In this country, and also when I lived in France for a year at uni. So I studied French and religious studies, and I was in France for a year working as an English teacher in a school, or an English teaching assistant, I guess probably is the correct term. And there was a whole load of people on their placement year. And we had Thanksgiving, and there were quite a few Canadians as well. So it was awesome. We had a brilliant selection of food. It was awesome. Keeping on the space theme, Lesley, I'd love to suggest astronomy related ones, like a person looking through a telescope, an observatory, and a satellite, etc. That's awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. Have you thought about dinky beasts for spring to go with previous releases? Aunt Max, you messaged me about dinkies the other day. I think I was probably up to my eyeballs in pre-orders at the time. And I didn't know whether you meant this size of stamp set, as in this, or you meant a normal, 6x4 size stamp set, but with dinky images on it. Yeah, there we go. I think we're going to raise this up because I think that's going to be fun. Do you see my collection of foam tape? I'm going to use the skinnies for this one. Get away. 6x4. I had not thought of that idea, but sounds good. And I always enjoy stretching people's stash and giving people the opportunity to go back to what they already may have in their stash. So another thing which came out this release is this set, which also has a Happy Turkey Day. Oops, you can't see very well. Also has a Happy Turkey Day stamp, but so this set has got two solid, I call them bumpy or fluffy speech bubbles, and two outlines, and then the sentiments. And these ones are a bit more holiday related as well. We've got sending winter wishes, Happy Turkey Day, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, thankful for you, snowflake kisses. I do have a speedy recovery. Somebody suggested that. Happy Hanukkah. Season's greetings, happy holidays, and then there's some a bit more generic, like cheers to you, so proud of you, I adore you, etc. So this one is called What You Saying Now, and it goes hand in hand with the What You Saying stamp set, which is hiding from me. Here it is. So from the What You Saying stamp set. So it's got the more rectangular elements and words. So the good thing is all of these sentiments fit in here. All of these sentiments fit in here. So do you know how much work that took? No. You guys should love me for that, because I had to do a lot of measuring and stuff to try and make that happen. It sounds simple, it is not, but I think that is the kind of thing that you'll appreciate. The hard work that goes into this. And I think that kind of brings us back to the whole counterfeit argument and stuff, doesn't it? Is that I'm a crafter. I create products with you guys in mind. I care. All right, let's raise this up. I do know that these bits, the inside sections of my A and B, will be indented. They'll be lower down, but I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. Not an easy task at all, so thank you. Yay. All that shouting up at the computer was worth it. Oh, why don't you fit? It was, I wanted Happy Thanksgiving, and did I get it in? I can't remember. No, I could not get Thanksgiving in it. Unless I dropped it into thanks and then the next line giving, but it seemed wrong to me. So that's why we've got Happy Turkey Day. But that stamp set, the what you saying now. What you saying now is, I've totally stuck myself to this. It is perfect for adding little sentiments. If you're like me and you like putting critters on your cards, then it's nice to give them voices. Question: do the dinos have dies? Yes, sir. Let me show you. So these are the Dino Time, and there are dies available to purchase as well. These are Prehistoric Pals. Once again, there's dies to purchase if you want to do that. We also have stitched dino print dies. So you have stitching on the outside. Wrong button. Stitching on the outside and on the inside, and a cut line in the middle for some gorgeous die cutting effect. And then we also have the stitched stones dies, which are hiding from me too. It's in here somewhere. Come on. It's going to be the last thing I look at. Here it is. So these are the stitched stones dies, and the idea with this is that you can actually create your own like stone wall background. So here's a card made using it. Here's the negative for this, what I use for this card. So how cool is that? But then you can also use these shapes as really fun apertures. I made a card last week using this Lawn Fawn set, and it has the stitched stones die for this quirky aperture. And on the store, oh, we also have two stencils, one that is called Stony Maloney, that's Stony Maloney, and one that is called Wild Side. And the Wild Side is this cool animal print stencil. It's awesome. And that is actually sold in a bundle called the Dynamite Bundle, I think Craig listed it as. It's been popular, the bundle, because if you buy it in a bundle, then you save some money, you see. But yeah, that's like a little collection that goes together. And then if you meant the Dinky Dinos, this is what you get free if you place a pre-order. And with the Dinky Dinos, if you place an order that is over £45, then you get the dies included, and I can't find the dies, are in there somewhere. So I hope that answers the question. is it? Let's stick this down. Lesley, don't worry. Don't worry. I super glued my thumb to the index finger the other day. I'll fail your friend. Oh my goodness. What were you gluing? A lot of thought goes into those. Yes, it does. More than you might think. Okay. What were you doing? I always find it really interesting. So I reckon one here, one like here. Let's get some glue dots and stuff. Hiya! Kim says, I love the names of your dies. I think I refer back to my previous statement. I like it. I like them being a bit weird. The problem is though that sometimes people think, I want an animal print stencil, and then my thing's not called animal print stencil. It's a double-edged blade though, because if people know what it's called, then they'll search for it and nothing else will come up, the wild side stencil. So, but then if people search for animal print, mine will not come up automatically. And that's why we need to put keywords on everything. So Craig says anyway. Hi Lorraine, I missed your comment from earlier. I think you said that you were just finishing up chemo. I saw something fly by. Owls are my favorite critters, she says. Oops. Yay! Well, I am glad that I can get you some owls. We'll put a sticky glue dot on his butt. And then a little bit of foam on his head to go in there. And I'll go get some wibbly wobbly woos. Audiobook got scary, so it had the opposite effect to me, not sleepy at all. I was using super glue at work to glue trophies I made for a Halloween themed sleepover. Amazing. I was gluing the vertical part to the bases. Yeah, both made out of acrylic. I'll send you a pic on Facebook. Awesome. That sounds fun. I think I'm gonna have to trim these little guys down. Ooh, it might just fit. I think it will actually. Now, who's going to remind me? I think the solid one goes on the bottom. I'm going to commit to that every time. It's normally Snow that tells me. Is it the solid one that goes on the bottom? I think it will be. Halloween sleepover. Thanks, Snow. She's the best. Oh. Oh, hello. See that? Wibbly wobbly just jumped right in my hands. There we go. Oh, solid on the image. Oh, I've just put it the wrong way then. Really? Well, I've committed. I think I'd like a Halloween themed sleepover. I was just talking to someone about how it used to be all the rage. It probably is in some circles. The murder mystery parties, like the dinner parties, We did one when I was in secondary school. But I'd really like to do another one, I think. I think that would be super fun. So let me see. I think we need a happy birthday on here, guys. Maybe the what she's saying stamp would work for this. And I'm wondering if we should go for the what she's saying now die, just to kind of prove my point, you know. I've got to prove my point. And I'll just cut this out of some white, same white as before. It's fine. I think they both work. I think so. Oh, I have to try and use the press and seal. Yes. Do you know what? I really do. The Snow sent me some Happy Mail this week, and inside said Happy Mail was 2 little boxes, one addressed to me and one addressed to Piper. And I waited till Piper was home before I opened it. And inside, have I got it here? I do! Yay! Inside was one of these. Can you see? Can you see what it is? Anyone? Anyone? Can you tell? Can you tell what it is yet? How cool is that? Da, 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 da. Chocolate frog. We got chocolate frog necklaces from Harry Potter. Yay! And then Piper went to take hers out of the box and realized that behind it was a another necklace, which was a time turner. And I took mine out. Behind it was a necklace with a magic wand necklace thing. So there was a lot of excitement. It was at that point I realized there was stuff behind it, but to be honest, there was too much excitement. I haven't even really looked at it, but I did wear my chocolate frog. I brought it out here to do my video the other night, and then Craig vetoed it because it was making this beautiful chinking noise right beside my microphone. I didn't mention to you, Snow, but on the day that Piper had her time turner, she came in from playing outside and said, what's for dinner? And I said, this is what it is. Go and get your jammies on, please. And she went, and had a little bit of a stroppy meltdown, as all 7-year-olds do. And then I was like, Piper, like, whoa. She's like, and then I'm like, whoa, child. And then she just looks at me and goes, where's my time turner? And then goes, gets her time turner, and like twists it, runs back outside, comes back in again. Hi, Mom, what's for dinner? So we were very thankful of the time turner because I was able to rewind time and avoid that meltdown. Yay! Harry Potter wins again. Oh, I totally smooshed that. Too excited. Too excited. I need to find my... Shamu. I don't know where it's gone to. probably on my messy desk, to be fair. When she said, and she asked how it works, she was like, oh, I didn't think that. Yeah. We're like, Piper, darling, it is a toy. It's not, this is not authentic. This is just a replica. Time turner. What did I do with my die? Put it in the wrong one. Let's try this again. All right. Deep breath. Relax. Don't smoosh it up. I thought I'd use the Claire. That is better. Happy birthday to you. You were born in the zoo. Alright, you go in there, and you go in there, and you go up here, I think. Now, I don't know where you're gonna go. Here? And maybe here? Does that work for you? Does that work for you? You look like a monkey. Oh, Les, can you believe it? Little one goes to Primark, sees a cool mug, doesn't get it, but tells me about it. Rude. We actually went to Sainsbury's today, which is just a grocery store, and they had little pins with Harry, Hermione, and Ron, but they were kind of... Okay, the best way I can think of to describe them was like greeting farm-esque, like the greeting farm stamp company. So they had like big sort of squarish heads and things. They were cute, but we were too hungry. We were like in, food out. No hanging around. This guy, I love this guy. Happy birthday to you. I love it a lot. Snow says, I really love the owl set. I think it might be my favorite. I am loving it. I think that is so cute. And I reckon that Isabel is going to love it tomorrow for her birthday party. What do you reckon? Yeah, food over Harry Potter. Sorry, can't be friends with me. Snow, you knew long ago that food is like the #1 thing that happens right here. Food has to happen before Harry Potter. Right, guys, I'm afraid I'm going to have to dip out on you guys because I am zoinked. I am shattered to the max. We've had such a busy day. It's been amazing. It's been a busy week because of the new release and the pre-orders and everything. and we've launched our new card kit, which features the Wanna Be a Snowman stamps, dies, and then the First Snow stencil as well, which has got some built-in snowy slopes as well as like a snowfall. And yeah, you might want to hop over to heffydoodle.com to check all of those little guys out. But I think I'm going to go to my bed. There's too much playing in a soft play and climbing through tunnels and digging for crystal and gold and talking to the parrots. There was 2 parrots and we were walking past and then we just went, oh, hello. And then, hello. And it was just hilarious. And we were all giggling for forever. Yay. Came back just in time for Harry Potter talk. Oh, Tesco apparently have some good Harry Potter carrier bags at the moment. Oh, I gotta check that out. Although my Tesco near me is not the best. It's only a little one, so they don't have all the things that you want them to have, that people tell you that Tesco have, and then you can never find them. I'm excited because more Heffy Doodle is already on its way to my home. Expect more next time. Yay! Thumbs up to you, Rena. Night, everybody. Thank you so much for crafting along with me and for your creative input as always. And I shall be back next week. If you're not subscribed to the Heffy Doodle channel, maybe go over and click that because I'm hoping to do some more videos on there between now and next week with the new release. But I wanted to play with it tonight with you guys first of all. Have a good sleep. I will. Yes, sleepy times. Goodbye, my friends. I shall see you on the other side. If I can figure out all these buttons. There it is.